Hi everyone, welcome to today's video. Today I've decided to educate you all. I was blown away by the amount of messages I got asking for me to interpret birth charts. So I thought, well, it's pretty easy. It's more the interpretation that's a little bit tricky. But today I'm going to be showing you how to interpret your own birth chart, understand yourself, read about yourself, because if you believe in astrology, reading your birth chart is the first way to go. I find it so intriguing and I'm still studying it every single day. It's so easy, and even though I really enjoyed interpreting everyone's birth charts, like thank you to everyone who sent me their details, because it was so interesting to see all the different combinations, because I know mine, but seeing everyone else's and kind of like looking at their Instagrams and like, you know, reading them, it was really interesting. Luckily there's a website out there that helps make things a lot easier, and the interpretations are on that website, but it's a lot easier just to use Google. Google's your best friend here. Understanding and getting lots of different information from different websites. But anyway, enough of this, let's just get into the video. So I'm not going to be talking about houses today, because houses is a whole different story. That's literally your life planned out, like your basically your future in a way. It's not precise, like some people would argue that point, but like today I'm just going to be talking about the planet alignments and Lilith and Chiron and your ascending node, because that's probably all gibberish to some people. People don't know what half those means. Also, if you're new to astrology and as a whole, you're going to be very surprised to know that you're not just one sign. You're one of many signs, and that's what makes you different. Every single person's birth chart is different. The combinations, there's never going to be someone with the exact same birth chart as you, because there's so many aspects that could be different. So the first thing you want to go do is on your phone, go into cafeastrology.com, write birth charts on the end, because sometimes it's a little bit hard to find it. So Cafe Astrology birth charts, you should come up with this home screen. To do this, you're going to need to know your exact time of birth. If you don't, kind of approximate. When I first did it, I did mine an hour earlier and my birth chart was completely different. So it is really down to the hour. First of all, write in your name, your birth date. So mine is the 5th of March 2000. And I was born at 11 a.m, 11:28 a.m. It was like a big argument between my auntie and my mum whether it was 28 or 22, but my auntie was so sure it was 28. And then obviously you can do time unknown, so that can give you half of your birth chart. I have friends that have done that for parents and stuff who aren't sure when they were born, so it kind of gives them a brief approximation and only shows half of the birth chart. So that's another option if you genuinely just don't know when you were born. Birthplace, Auckland, New Zealand. Yeah, so that's just for the time zone reasons. And once you're done with that, just press OK. Should load on up, and then you kind of go down here and it gives you your entire birth chart, which is really cool. So on the left here, we have your Sun, Moon, Mercury, Venus, Mars, Jupiter, Saturn, Uranus, Neptune, Pluto, Lilith, and ascending node. That's what I'm going to be going through today. I'm not going to be going through all of mine. That's going to be a completely different video for you guys that are interested in knowing my birth chart. But that's what we're going to be going through today, and also the ascendant sign, which is on the right, the top. So you've got the zodiac, tropical, and placebus orb 0. That's on everybody's birth charts. I've never really truly looked into that, but it's just on every single person's birth chart and doesn't change, so I don't entirely know what that is. You go down the aspects, that's going to be a completely different video. I'm still actually working on how that makes sense. But if you go down, this gives you a report on what it means. So you'll have your Sun, your Moon, and then there's also Mercury. This can be a little bit confusing on this website. Like, it did take me a long time to kind of understand what it was talking about. So if we just go back up to here and see your birth chart, then we can kind of interpret it more from there. So feel free to screenshot it. I keep my birth chart everywhere. Also, another website you can go on is Astro Charts, which is this website here, and it will ask you to do the exact same thing, but this just gives you a look of your astrology chart and where your signs kind of are. And as you go down, it obviously tells you where all the signs are, the aspects, and then it kind of goes down and gives you a bit more of like, talks about the chart patterns. It gives a rundown on what sort of shapes are going on, and then special features on the chart, which is exciting. So the moon was a waning crescent moon when I was born, so you know, tattoo. The chart is a bowl shape. Fixed mode is dominant among the inner planets. The bottom right quadrant is empty. Most of the planets are located on the top left quadrant. Mine is literally in one big spot. So everyone's going to be different. Some people have them absolutely like all over the show. My dominant sign is Aquarius, but I'm a Pisces. So these are just little things that you get to learn, and you also get to learn your ruling planet, which I'll kind of go through now with you. So let's start off with sun sign. Your sun sign rules your overall personality. This is your sign that you read your horoscope for. Would have obviously known this whenever. I always knew it from a young age. I was just fascinated by astrology. The thing with sun sign, this is the traits you might more so associate with when you're older. So you know when you read a horoscope and it kind of says stuff like, oh, you're gonna have financial distress, and you're like 15 going, are you sure? You know? So this was something that I got my head around, and I've more started associated with my Pisces beings since I was more about 16, 17. When I'd fully like kind of matured and grown up, that was when I really kind of started associating with it. Something that I figured out is, as a teenager, a young teenager, you start to associate more with your ascendant sign, because your ascendant sign is how you are with others. You're not opening up your true self to others. As a teenager, you sometimes are guarded, so your ascendant sign represents how people see you with first impressions, and just before they truly know you, this is their overall perception of you. Then we also have your moon sign. So the moon rules emotions and security, and it's kind of more emotional needs. This is your inner self. This is who you get to know, and this often comes out when you're getting to know yourself, or you're in relationships where you're learning to realize what you need as a person, your emotional needs, and what you need to feel secure. This can also be more so associated with children, because children are they need things as children. They need to be looked after. So my moon sign is Aquarius, so this kind of just initiates me as a child being quite happy-go-lucky, loves their freedom, but at the same time also is quite needy and needs help sometimes, like quite needy emotionally. But yeah, I'll get into that in a whole nother video, but this is just a brief outline, so when you're analyzing it, you're kind of understanding those parts of you. Your Mercury sign is how you communicate and the way you think in your mind. The next planet is Venus, and Venus is how you love and attract. Mars is your drive and energy. Jupiter rules luck, wisdom and growth. Saturn rules discipline, fears and challenges. Pluto, power and transformation. Uranus, change and originality, and Neptune rules dreams and healing. So each of these planets have a ruling star sign. So because I'm a Pisces, my ruling planet is in Neptune, which rules dreams and healing. Basically every single planet has a zodiac associated with it, so those powers and aspects of those planets are more so influenced onto the zodiacs. So sometimes you might not have a planet that associates with the right zodiac, which is this is quite common. So for example, Mercury in Pisces. Mercury is one of the planets for Gemini. It's not quite in line, but that's okay, because that's what makes you original, right? So understanding like what each planet rules and how it correlates within a certain zodiac is really important. So if you wanted to look more into this, you could definitely just look up Pisces and Mercury traits, and it would give you all these answers or like interesting facts. And obviously yours is going to be different, so you're going to go Mercury in Gemini or Mercury in Capricorn, you know. So it just kind of gives you a little rundown on certain parts of yourself. It kind of makes you understand a little bit more the way you speak. So enough about the planets, but I will go through each one of my planets in another video if you're interested. We're going to go down to Lilith. Lilith is the feminine energy in the chart. You also have Chiron, which is not featured on this chart, and that's the masculine energy. My Chiron is in Sagittarius, as you can see from astro charts. These are just like things that you may do that are unstoppable, or just aspects of you, just energy that kind of adds to you. And it's as a human being, it's inevitable to have female and masculine energy. So that's just kind of a little rundown of those things. I'm still looking into those just to be exact. Next we're going to go into north and south nodes. So you're going to see down the bottom there is ascending node on your chart. Ascending essentially means north or rising. So your north node is your purpose in this lifetime, whereas your south node is the past life you have come from and what you did in that past life that you now have to bring into this lifetime, balancing between your south and north node. My north node is in Leo, and this is a yearly, I believe there's a certain cutoff date, so a lot of people born in the year 2000, maybe 1999, have all got the same ascending and south node as myself. So it's just a generation thing. It's more so what you need to focus on. It's almost like we've all been sent here to do something. Basically, Leo north nodes are here to be original. It's a typical Leo trait. You're here to be here for yourself. You're here to self-express, and you're here to work towards making yourself a living. That's something that is worthwhile for you. Whilst your south node is in Aquarius. So Aquarius is known for being a humanitarian, caring, loving, doing things for others rather than themselves. So it's about balancing those two, because on the astrological wheel they are opposites. They are opposite houses, just as Pisces and Virgo are opposites. It's exactly what it is, two opposites having to find the balance in between. So that's basically you working towards your purpose in life and really figuring out how you can be fulfilled by looking at these aspects. Even though it's like a wide generation thing, I think it's something that we maybe need to know as a generation. I don't think there's anything else. There's all the houses, and as you see there's a little word saying midheaven. That's your 10th house, and that represents your purpose and life goals and success in life, and I will get into those houses in another video. However, I feel like I've yacked your ear off. I also might just quickly do a little tarot reading for myself with you guys, because I always enjoy watching YouTubers doing this. I've picked up tarot in the last couple months. Over the summer I started figuring it all out, and yeah, so what I like to do is channel my energy into the cards and just shuffle it through, and I'm going to do a daily card for myself today. And I did a reading for myself last night with my career, and it was crazy what came out. Like, it was all very relevant, and you can believe in tarot or not. I feel like it's just a little perspective that you can kind of manifest with your energy, and it's gonna give you a new perspective. It's like you're talking with a friend, you know. And I feel like tarot is definitely one of my strengths in this area of work. So alright, I got the 10 of Pentacles. I might also do a fairy card for myself. So astrology apps I use is Golden Thread for tarot. You might see Coaster, Calm is a meditation app, Horoscope, which is horoscopes, and Time Passages, which helps me understand the planetary aspects and alignments. Those are just some handy little apps that you can download and use. 10 of Pentacles. So 10 of Pentacles represents legacy, inheritance, and culmination. Pentacles is an earth element sign, so it kind of represents material and sensual pleasure. 10 is the number and represents completion, finality, and renewal. Okay. Represents the culmination of life's journeys. There's a sense of fulfillment that usually results from hard work in all of life's facets. This is the end of the path, and it's full of joy. Okay. It's coming to an end, you know, my old work, so that's good to know. And I got these really gorgeous fairy cards for my birthday from hand, so they're just beautiful. So it's always nice to have a nice little message to read from these, especially when you're a little bit down. So if you're interested in tarot, let me know. So Queen of Autumn, generous, stylish, gracious, and practical. Be practical with respect to how you proceed, the ability to make anything more beautiful, meeting someone who can help your dreams come true. Okay, so I've just got to really use my head, and I'll just quickly show you. Look how gorgeous these cards are. They're just beautiful, and I love, like, I'll show you on the side. They're just like amazing. Like, look how sparkly they are. Oh, I love them. I think I might have to get the mermaid cards next, because they're just, oh, they're so pretty. And fairy cards more so. look at happiness and love and just self-fulfillment, whereas I think mermaid cards are more dreams and things. So you can get different cards to kind of cater your needs. Anyway, I really hope you enjoyed this video, and I hope it kind of gave you a little start. I wanted to do a little basics video just so you guys can kind of interpret your own, because it's so much fun. And I'm sorry I couldn't reply to all of you. I was honestly overwhelmed by all the messages, and I got to the end of the day and I'd done like maybe 6 readings and I was like, fuck. But I hope this video gave you a little help and got you on the right track, because I feel like astrology is something that you really have to dive into and research yourself. So if I'm here to kind of give you a helping hand on that, I'm very happy. There's a few other YouTubers that do this. One of my favorites at the moment is Sammy Quinn. She does very calming and very raw videos about astrology, and she's a gem, so definitely go watch her on YouTube. Thank you so much for watching, everybody. Give it a thumbs up, comment below any questions or any video requests or any thoughts on this. I'm looking forward to reading some of them. Subscribe if you haven't already. My links are below, and I'll see you in my next video. Bye!